Hey, what's up, everybody? All right, so this one will make quick. This one here is for the ladies, some of the fellas too, but specifically I'm gonna say it's for the ladies simply because as women, y'all a little bit more, y'all hold on to stuff, okay? So, because the feminine principle is receptive, right? So it receives, right? And so, y'all hold on to stuff because naturally that's really in your makeup as a woman. But what I want to share with you is, really a system of how you can be able to determine compatibility in relationships so you don't have to undergo these poor choices that you've been making. Okay. Now, so, you know, you would hear like, oh, Gemini and Aries could go because, one is fire, one is air, fire, air go, and that's fine. Right? You can hear Pisces and Taurus is a match because one is earth, one is water. That's fine, right? And that's cool. But what I'm about to share with you is you really can't find it on the internet. And the basic sun sign astrology of this sign to this sign is just great for starting points. But here's a case in point. If you look at a keyword for the planet Venus, Venus represents relationships, marriages, partnerships, okay? So why are you looking at your sun sign by itself and not looking at a planet that actually governs relationships, marriages, and partnerships? Okay, and so you can take a so-called no-go. Let's just say Sagittarius and Pisces is a no-go, right? Really, Gemini and Pisces, my favorite no-go, right? So Gemini and Pisces is a no-go, right? But let's just say the Gemini person was born with the moon in Pisces. And so now that energy can be felt, right? So think about this. The Pisces person has the sun in Pisces, and then the Gemini person has the moon in Pisces. Moon represents feminine energy. Sun represents positive masculine energy. So therefore, there's going to be a connection. So now you can have these other side pocket combinations that are in alignment that are more positive than that one thing that you looked at called all Sun and Gemini, Sun and Pisces don't get along. So you have to go a tad bit deeper into the science, okay, to really understand it. So now there's a way that we can quantify it because you need to know what to look at, okay? You need to really know what you're looking at here, okay? And so what I've done is I developed a system years ago to be able to show you compatibility. Now, it's a little old school, and that's cool because I like it this way. But I'm able to put the data into a graph. Now, you have to understand that all relationships are going to produce three things. One, a positive outcome. Two, a negative outcome. Three, a neutral. Neutral simply means there was ups and downs and you canceled each other out. I'm not necessarily a fan of neutral, okay? So, we can take this information and put it into a grid. So now I'm going to show you a relationship that is one of the worst relationships that I had observed in my tenure of doing this work, okay? So you will see that they have, a -3 as a score. In fact, if you pay attention, that horizontal x-axis, that horizontal line going across, that's the zero line. That's really the flat line. You're dead once you hit that, which is zero, no charge, okay? Well, this particular relationship never had energy that went above the zero line. So you can see it's negative, but then you can see it goes up, but it didn't go up enough to get to the zero line, and beyond the zero line is because they have a negative relationship. Now, to give you just a tad bit of how bad this relationship has been, we talking about bad. We talking about can't even go 2 weeks without arguing bad and been together for years type of bad. We've talking about, not wearing the wedding ring type of bad because you mad. We talking about flying out and having sex with somebody else type of bad. I'm talking bad. We talking about can't even have a discussion, don't even know each other finances type of bad. Like it's bad, right? And so, there's ways that you can see this, you know what I mean? And so what a coincidence after, they come to me and I get the information and I'm able to plug it in and see it like, oh my God. And so again, if you think about this, if Gemini and Pisces don't go, okay, cool, that's a negative. right? Now, let's just say this person had Venus in Gemini and the other person had Venus in Pisces. So now that's another no-go. The planet of relationships on top of the sun sign is a no-go. So now you can find all these no-goes and you can find some, yeah, go ahead. But if you have more no-goes, more negatives, you're in trouble. And see, this is what you have to really understand. Light, which that's what you are. You got a heartbeat in the brainwave. I always say that. That's what you are at the core. Your light made manifest. So when light made manifest, light has rules that it has to abide by. A positive pole and a negative pole. Your battery, okay? So you have to understand that you as light exists, you oscillate between these two particular poles, okay? And so the negative pole can now be translated as negative experiences because all actions can be quantified as yin, yang actions, good or bad, okay? You have to understand that, all right? And so, you know, you got a negative relationship, it shows, right? It shows. And so I really want to give this to y'all. It's like one of the last things that we're going to cover in class because I want to make sure that women and men, because you need it too, right? But you have this particular skill set, seriously, okay? You have this particular skill set to be able to use this compatibility system to understand if you should engage in a relationship or not. And you can use this in business. You can use it's because see, it's about the nature of our relationship or what we call it, work relationship, friendship. That don't matter what type of relationship it is. What is the energy that exists between the two parties? Because attraction is attraction. So when I did this system with me and Jew and I saw what our score was, it looked like a check mark. It was just like off the chain, sky high, right? So let's just say he got a whole bunch of Gemini energy. I got a whole bunch of Aquarius energy. And he got a whole bunch of Libra energy too. So when you deal with Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius, guess what? Those are the three air signs. So it's just common denominators that's there, easy flow, easy flow. So we rap 6, 7, 8 times a day, right? Kicking the boom, shoot shit, boom, boom, boom. Never no beef, no issue, right? So it don't matter the type of relationship, right? Energy is energy, and that's what we have to understand. So that is one of my gifts that I like to bring and share. If it's something that you think that you should know, then you know what you need to do. All right. So with that, I leave you guys in peace. All right. Zajin.